Hello friends, welcome to my channel. This is Vedant, and as you have seen in the title, the driving impression of Hyundai Creta 2015 model, and it is in engine option. It is 1.3 liter diesel engine CRDI. So yes, it is the downer spec, means it is an E spec. So yes, it's not very kitted in equipments also as compared to the topper variants, but still it's decently kitted. If we will go in a short detail in the interior, yes, plastic quality is not at all good. At any side you will not feel any premium appeal as such which you will get from its other rivals. So yes, plastic quality has not done a great job. Basic, it gets radio system, climate control, AC, USB port, aux port, and it's a manual transmission, 6-speed. And yes, it's not very much kitted. If we'll go to above specs, you will get an touchscreen infotainment system, projector setup, then LED DRLs, then rear defogger, rear wash wipers. So yes, it is kitted with a lot of features. So let's talk about the engine now. The engine is 1.3 liters diesel CRDI as Hyundai calls it, and in the first impression of it you will feel quite impressed because yes, this engine doesn't feel underpowered at any sense whatsoever. So yes, engine has done a great job, but still over bump to bump traffic you will feel a little bit of ruggedness in it, and it revs all the way up to 4500 rpm. So yes, short geared car as such. Yes, a turning circle happens to be 11.4 meters. So yes, it's quite big on the side, and steering feel and feedback is also not that good as compared to its rivals, because you will never know from where side you are pointing. So yes, not accurate steering also. Now when we will move to the gearing, yes, gearing feels little bit nice, but though it revs up to 4500 rpm, so yes, you will not enjoy that free raving type, but still gears shift pretty well, but you will feel that notchy feeling from the gear shifts also. So yes, that's also not so good. Now the suspension setup, as you can check, we just had an bump, and it is also a little bit on the stiffer side, means it is not a soft suspension setup as such. So because of that you will feel bump on any road. So yes, you could feel little bit of bumpiness over it. So that's also a not great job in it. Hyundai could have given a soft suspension setup. And now when we will talk about the refinement level of the car is also decent, but not as good as compared to its rivals, because yes, as you can hear, the engine noise comes into the cabin, and also the tire makes a lot of noise. Now the tire size happens to be almost 14 inches, so yes, tires are also very small. Now if you want the detailed walk around of this car, I have done it. You could click somewhere here to get it, so you could watch that also. So yes, insulation is also not done a great job. Now the dashboard feeling and quality is also not that great, because as you can see over here also there's hard material, here also. So plastic quality is not at all great. You will not get that premium appeal, but still it's an all-rounder car, because you will get a proper SUV presence, because its dimensions are also quite nice as compared to its rivals and SUV type. So yes, its dimension is 4.2 meters in length. In height also it is in height it is 1.6 meters, and in length it is 1.4 meters. So yes, in width it is not that wide car, and at the back also you can't carry 3 people together. It could be a tight squeeze at the back. So yes, it's not very practical cabin as such, or practical car, but still it works and as a proper all-rounder. And then you will say why that it sells so nicely, because when Hyundai launched the Hyundai Creta in the market, it was just a rocket bazooka, because it's Hyundai sold almost 2 to 3 lakhs per month. So yes, why? Because of its gear shifts, though the gear shifts are a little bit notchy, but still they are not at all hard to shift. You could easily shift through gears very easily. And another things, when comes that engine power and torque which it produced now, it is also very nice as compared to its class. Now at that time, on 2015, the cars which it was rivaling, it was the rivals was Nissan Kicks, then Renault Duster also. So yes, at that time it was class leading, because Renault and Nissan was not very much an reliable brand as such, and Hyundai was only the brand which you could go with a pure mind. See, that was the Duster. So yes, the positive things. Now I will talk about the positive, because I was continuously telling about the negative. The positive things of this car is that now it's at that time its cabin feel, means cabin design was very upmarket, means you will feel that you are driving an above 20 lakhs car, though it was costing below 20 lakhs. So yes, and another thing, that the engine's performance at the highway speeds now, it was much better than as compared to that of Duster also. So yes, it was much competitive as compared to other cars. So another thing of the positive side of this, when you will drive in highway now, then the suspension will soak up bumps very nicely. At the city speed, yes, you will feel that the suspension is too stiff, but at the highway it will do a great job for you, because it's just perfectly suited to highway. So long drives will not be a pain. Now the driving position is also very changeable as such. You could change the height, you could front and back the seats. So yes, you have a wide range of customizations according to your driving style. So yes, that was also the plus point. Now that the feel and presence of this car now, that was also one plus point of this car, that its feel and presence was much better than that of the Duster also. And the features list, yes, the features list, it was going above, because if you will go to the topper spec, you will get the touchscreen with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, as well as the GPS. So yes, the touchscreen was very loaded, but it was not much slick to use, but you could use your mobile phone connected to it, and then you could do your daily affairs. So yes, that touchscreen was doing a great job at that time. Now it can't help the Creta, because much better rivals have came, like Morris Garage, MG Hector to be short, then Kia Seltos, which is having very big touchscreen infotainment system. So yes, at that time, that this car now was kitted with features, yes, electrically, and the topper variant, if you will go, you will get electrically foldable ORVMs, though it's not folding now because of some issue. Yes, it is electrical, but still it's not issue. And another car was the brand, because at that time Renault and Nissan, no one was trusting that is it a reliable car as such, but the Hyundai was doing a great job. So the USP of this car is basically the cheap maintenance or the service cost of it, because it was very low, so it was quite a bit light on your pocket. So yes, that was the USP as compared to its other brands. So it was very cheap to maintain, and it was a very nice all-rounder. Now what was the plus point? Again, why did this car sell so well? That now this car was available with lot of engine options, like 1.3, 1.4, 1.6, okay, and that 1.6 engine was very powerful at that time, and it was producing almost above 150 horsepower, and the torque output was 250 Nm of torque. So yes, that 1.6 and another USP of that engine now, that was available with an automatic transmission also, which was very slick to use, okay. So yes, 1.61's refinement levels were also very nice, and it was kitted with absolute features. The topper variant is SX option, which gets lot of kits, and in option variant now you will get much more kit as compared to that of SX. So yes, there were lots of options to play with, and also when you will go above and above, it's suited to you. which type of car do you want. If you want a car with easy to drive in city, you could prefer 1.3 because it doesn't feel under power in city, but when you go on highway na, it will lack that amount of power. So 1.3 liter engine is not for those guys who love doing long road trips, but 1.6 is an absolute bazooka for that time because it was the range topping one, as you can see, because at that time not even a single car of that range was having 1.6. So yes, that was the USP of it. And another if we will talk about this 1.3 liter engine now, it is very easy to use in city. As you can see, overtakes are not a big job for this engine because whenever you want you could change the gear because of its short gearing habits, and you could easily overtake. So that was not the problem with it, but the problem mainly comes in the highway because of its short gearing habit. Its gearing were very short and it was falling short on gears because it raves, as I have said earlier and repeated 4.4 to 3 times, that it raves up to 4,500 rpm. So it's very low as compared to its rival, which raves almost till 5,000 rpm or above it. So yes, that was not that good in highway. And in highway also, this car will produce a lot of engine noise because this 1.3 liter engine's insulation is not done a great job. Okay, so let's get from outside and talk how does it. So yes, we are outside, and as you can see, the car in this red color looks absolutely bazooka, and other colors option were also there. So as I have told, the tire size, it gets some brake calipers at the front and drum brakes at the back. If we are talking about brakes quality is also not that great. It's decent as compared to its rivals, but when you will go above and above, you will get all 4 disc brakes. So at that time you don't feel underpowered in brakes. So from the exterior it looks something like this. This is the E variant, that's why it looks very basic as such, but when you will opt for the SX option, you will get lots of accessories also, both side halogen lights, and from outside it looks something like this. Very basic car as such. So this was my detailed review of this Hyundai Creta. Nice all rounder. If you will get for a second and you could go